Alrighty, good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us today. I hope wherever you are warm and toasty on this chilly February morning. I am Cheryl George, and I will be your host for this morning. Today, we want to discuss the shades of blue and how Blue Cross North Carolina can help businesses like yours strike the right balance of affordable coverage options combined with quality health and wellness offerings benefiting both you and your employees. Before we begin our discussion today, I do have a couple of quick reminders. Number one, this webinar is being recorded and we will provide it to all of the registrants after the session. If you have a question anytime throughout the webinar, please use the Q&A feature. We will be working behind the scenes to answer those, and we will be leaving some time at the end as well. And then lastly, at the end of today's session, a survey will be circulated via email. There'll also be a QR code that you can access. Your feedback on this survey is very important. It helps us deliver future webinars about topics that are interesting to you and for you. And as an added incentive, by completing the webinar or by completing the survey, you will be entered into a drawing to win a $25 Amazon gift card. So please be sure to keep a lookout for that. Before I introduce our presenters, let's review the agenda. We will kick things off with the shades of blue. What does that really mean? And the flexibility of choosing the right shade. What are the benefits of choosing blue in any shade, such as our broad and curated networks and our full suite of health programs and offerings? We'll showcase our newest offering, Carolina HealthWorks, available to members of the North Carolina Chamber and its participating local chambers. And then lastly, you will have a chance to hear from one of our very own, Maxie B Bakery in Greensboro, North Carolina, before wrapping up with Q&A. Again, if you have any questions during the webinar, you can put those there in the Q&A feature. With me today, I have Renee Mills, Manager of Regional Sales, and Jason Bindle, Manager of Retention. Renee has been with Blue Cross North Carolina for 9 years. She has held positions in management in both new sales and retention and has worked as an account executive on the new business sales team. With nearly 20 years of industry experience, both on the carrier and agent side, she brings a high level of expertise and is dedicated to ensuring each Blue Cross North Carolina member has the confident knowledge in their family's insurance coverage. Jason is a seasoned leader in the health insurance industry, bringing 25 years of experience in driving member retention, operational excellence, and customer-focused strategy. For the past 20 years, he has been a dedicated member of Blue Cross, where he currently serves as Manager of Retention. Thank you both for joining us here today. Renee, I will turn things over to you to describe our shades of blue.
Thanks, Cheryl. We truly appreciate everyone taking time out of their day to join us to learn more about the solutions that Blue Cross of North Carolina offers to small employers. Let's be honest, your focus is on running your business and making sure you can attract and retain great employees. We know health insurance plays a critical role in that, and it can often feel like one of the more complex and costly parts of running a business. Our goal today is to simplify that picture, to give you a clear overview of the solutions available to small employers, demonstrate how these options can support your team, highlight potential opportunities for cost management, and share the value-added services included in your coverage at no additional cost. This slide gives a high-level overview of all the offerings we provide in the small group market. We'll take a deeper look at each section as we move throughout the presentation. To start, let's walk through the different shades of blue. At the top, in light blue, you'll see our funding arrangements. Most small employers are familiar with the fully insured model. Depending on your group's size and eligibility, you may also qualify for balanced funding or even self-insured options. We'll explain the differences between these approaches in just a minute. Moving down, you'll find our network options, which determine which providers your employees have access to. We offer 2 networks, our broad and most widely used Blue Options PPO network, and our more curated Blue High Performance network, our EPO option. We'll explore the advantages of both shortly. Next are our medical plan designs. These include traditional copay plan designs, deductible and coinsurance plans, 1, 2, 3 plans, and our all copay plans. If any of these are unfamiliar, don't worry, we'll break each one down in more detail. You may also want to consider offering a savings account to help your employees pay for medical or dependent care expenses using tax-free dollars. There are 5 types of savings accounts available, all fully integrated into your health plan and offered at no cost to you. And finally, in the dark blue at the bottom, you'll see our core ancillary offerings. Beyond what's listed here, we also provide worksite benefits such as cancer, critical illness, and accident coverage, among others. Altogether, this chart represents what we call our shades of blue, the full breadth of solutions Blue Cross of North Carolina brings to local businesses like yours. To build on what we covered in the last slide, these are the 2 most familiar funding types in the small group segment. They really serve as the core options that many employers start with when evaluating their health plan needs. Fully insured is our most straightforward option. Blue Cross of North Carolina handles all administrative services. You pay a set monthly premium, and your overall costs stay predictable throughout the year. It's simple, stable, and requires very little day-to-day management from the employer. Balanced funding is designed for groups with at least 12 eligible employees and blends the predictability of a monthly payment with the potential savings of a self-funded model. One additional advantage with balanced funding is that employers receive a monthly view into how their claims are performing, offering more transparency into the healthcare spend of their group. This is a great option for groups that want more insight and potential savings while still maintaining financial protection and administrative support. At the end of the day, we know that all businesses are not a one-size-fits-all, and neither are your healthcare needs. The potential savings and added visibility of balanced funding may be a perfect fit for some, while others may still prefer the ease and consistency of a fully insured plan. Our role at Blue Cross of North Carolina is to make sure you have the flexibility to choose the option that works best for your business. Here, we're taking a closer look at the different types of medical plans we offer and what each one means for members in terms of how they access and pay for care. The traditional copay is the plan structure most people are familiar with. Members have predictable copays for primary care, specialists, urgent care, and ER. For inpatient and outpatient services, the deductible and coinsurance will apply. It strikes a balance between upfront copays for routine care and cost sharing for larger services. With the deductible and coinsurance plan design, there are no upfront copays. Members pay towards their deductible first, and then once that deductible has been met, coinsurance applies to their services. This structure often results in a lower monthly premium and can be an attractive option for groups looking to reduce costs, especially when paired with the health savings account, which allows members to take advantage of tax-preferred savings for their medical expenses. The All Copay plan is our newest plan design and is all about simplicity. It's the only plan with no deductible and no coinsurance. Members always know what to expect because every in-network covered service uses a copay. It provides a highly predictable, easy-to-use experience. And last, our 1-2-3 plan design is available to our balanced funding groups in the small group segment. This design organizes benefits into 3 levels depending on where and how care is delivered. Level 1, primary and preventive care. Level 2, inpatient care. And level 3, outpatient and specialty care. With this plan, some services fall under a copay, while others apply to deductible and coinsurance. It helps members easily understand how costs vary by setting and provider type. As an employer, you also have the flexibility to offer your employees up to 4 medical plan options. And those plan options don't all have to be the same type. You can mix with different plan designs or stick with the one type that works best for your team. You can even offer more than one network. This flexibility makes it easy to build a benefit package that truly meets the diverse needs of your employees and their families. So in addition to the core solutions we've already discussed, Blue Cross of North Carolina also works with several multiple employer welfare arrangements, or MIWAs, which continue to play an important role in how we support specific industries across the state. MIWAs allow multiple employers within the same industry or association to join together and be treated as a larger group. That structure can create meaningful advantages: cost savings through economies of scale, access to pricing approaches not normally available to small groups, and a broader range of plan options for your employees. The MIWAs shown here are all administered within our local group market. Each one is available to employers who are members of the corresponding association and who meet the additional eligibility requirements. The MIWAs you see are North Carolina Home Builders Association, Carolina's Association of General Contractors, North Carolina Center for Nonprofits, North Carolina Retail Merchants, North Carolina Forestry Association, and in the bottom corner, you'll see our newest MIWA offering, Carolina HealthWorks. Jason will walk through this in more detail shortly. So one of the biggest advantages of choosing Blue is access to quality care. It's important to know that when you or your employees need care, it's both convenient and high quality. Our Blue Options PPO network is our largest and broadest offering. And here in North Carolina, that means 95% of all doctors and 98% of all hospitals are in network, with coverage in all 100 counties across the state. That broad access ensures members can get care close to home. Nationally, Blue plans collectively offer the largest hospital and physician network in the United States, with coverage in nearly every zip code. So even when employees travel or live part-time in another state, they can still find in-network care. And for members who travel internationally, we provide access to care in nearly 200 countries and territories worldwide, ensuring support wherever life takes our members. Locally, we're deeply connected to the communities we serve. Nationally and globally, we work together to support you and your employees wherever you go. Now, our Blue High Performance Network is our curated network option. It's designed for employers who want high quality care and meaningful cost savings without sacrificing strong provider access. With Blue HPN, we partner with a carefully selected group of doctors and hospitals that consistently deliver excellent care at lower costs. It's a more intentional, performance-driven network built to improve health outcomes while reducing the overall cost of care. Here in North Carolina, members have in-network access to leading health systems such as Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, Duke Health, Fry Regional, and Iredell Health. The network is strengthened even further by value-based independent primary care providers. And it's not just a local network. Blue HPN extends to more than 68 markets across the US, including all top 25 major cities, giving members dependable access wherever they may travel or work. One of the biggest advantages of Blue HPN is the savings. On average, it delivers 11% total cost of care savings, with some markets seeing more than 20%. And these savings come on top of the already 7% savings offered through our industry-leading Blue Options PPO. There are different eligibility rules depending on the funding type offered. For fully insured groups, employees must live or work in one of the 28 counties that make up the Blue HPN market area shown on your screen. For balanced funding groups, eligibility is based on county and zip code, allowing employees to live or work in any of the 68 plus Blue HPN markets nationwide. Blue HPN offers a strong balance: high quality providers, substantial savings, and national reach, giving employers another network choice that can fit their overall benefit strategy. Ancillary benefits like dental, vision, life, and disability help round out a comprehensive benefit package for employees. We offer a wide range of carrier options, so you can choose the combination that works best for your company's needs. Beyond enhancing your overall benefits package, small groups with a fully insured medical plan can also take advantage of our total health bundling credit. Employers can receive up to $10.50 per enrolled medical subscriber per month when combining Dental Blue, Blue 2020, and employer-funded life, short-term disability, and long-term disability with one of our Mosaic partners. So to put that into perspective, for a group with 45 enrolled employees, that's more than $5,000 a year in credits. It's a meaningful way to add value to employees while reducing costs for your business. So during the registration process, we did have a few questions that came in about pricing. So we do want to take a moment to break some of that down here. We know, and you know, healthcare costs are absolutely on the rise. At Blue Cross of North Carolina, we set rates to cover claims, not to maximize profit. And unlike other carriers, we answer to our members, not shareholders. We invest in tools to help people find affordable care, reduce administrative burdens for providers, and expand support for complex health needs. This slide shows our ACA rate filings over the past 5 years and compares them to major competitors. These filings play a big role in how premiums are set, reflecting factors like medical inflation and pharmacy costs. And to be transparent, our most recent rate action was higher than United Healthcare's. But when you look at the bigger picture, you can see that we've been very disciplined with our pricing over time. And that consistency is why our 5-year cumulative increase is still significantly lower than the competition. 3.5%, 35.6%. 3.5 would have been nice, but 35.6% compared to United Healthcare's 50.5%. And on the other hand, Aetna filed a decrease so steep in 2023 that they had to more than double their increase the following year just to recover. That pattern repeated until they ultimately exited the ACA market altogether this year. Our approach is different. We focus on stability and responsibility, and that commitment has helped keep our premiums more consistent and more affordable for small employers over time. And even with this year's larger than normal increase, we still remain the price leader in the ACA market across the state. Let's look at what that pricing looks like. This map highlights how Blue Cross of North Carolina continues to lead the market in affordability for small groups. In key regions like Boone out west and Elizabeth City out east, our premiums are 6% lower than the competition. Even in larger metro areas like Charlotte, Durham, and Raleigh, we maintain a strong price advantage with premiums 9 to 10% below other carriers. While a few markets show smaller differences, our statewide average still comes in at nearly 9% below the competition. That's a powerful message for small businesses looking to manage costs without sacrificing coverage. And the last area I want to highlight is our suite of programs. We offer a comprehensive range of health and wellness solutions for your employees. More than 100 programs and services designed to support both employers and members. And the best part is that these are already built into your coverage. As you look at the categories on the slide, you'll see programs that support pharmacy needs, clinical support, behavioral health, utilization management, and overall wellness. We want to call attention to a few today that are shown on your screen in orange. Feed Your Health is a type 2 diabetes management program for eligible members offered by Nourished RX. It offers medically tailored meals and personalized support from registered dietitians and wellness advocates to help members bring their diabetes under control. We're at the beginning of the year when a lot of people decide to focus on their nutrition. Our standard nutrition counseling benefit covers up to 30 visits as preventive service. This can help employees manage chronic conditions, improve their energy levels, or work toward healthier lifestyle goals. A healthy diet is strongly linked to reduced risk of heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. Looking for care in the convenience of your home? With Primary 360 through Teladoc Health, members have access to virtual primary care, acute care, mental health teletherapy, dermatology, and nutritional counseling. Through our Behavioral Health Rapid Response Program, North Carolina-based members receive behavioral health on demand. This offers same-day virtual access to a behavioral health provider for serious non-emergency concerns. This can help members get timely support and potentially avoid unnecessary ER visits. And finally, we want to make sure your employees and their families truly understand their benefits. Our group plan management and onboarding campaign delivers a series of targeted communications directly to members. This helps them learn how their plan works, how to use their benefits effectively, and how to stay engaged in their health. Because these messages come straight from Blue Cross of North Carolina, they also help reduce the administrative burden on employers. These are just a handful of the programs we wanted to highlight today. If you have questions about any of these, please feel free to use the Q&A or include them in our follow-up survey. With that, Jason, I'm going to turn it over to you to dive into our newest MIWA offering.
Thank you, Renee. Fantastic information there. As mentioned earlier, we'd like to introduce Carolina HealthWorks, which is available to members of the North Carolina Chamber and its participating local chambers. These employers need to be headquartered in North Carolina and have 2 to 50 eligible members. Carolina HealthWorks is a multiple employer welfare arrangement, otherwise known as a MIWA, that allows organizations with as few as 2 employees to become part of a large group for access to better rates and broader benefits. Carolina HealthWorks was created out of a shared vision between Blue Cross North Carolina and the North Carolina Chamber to help North Carolina businesses thrive. The North Carolina Chamber is the state's leading business advocacy organization, and as the state's most preferred health insurer and our experience working with and advocating for other MIWAs, we felt that it was a natural partnership. We've mentioned that Carolina HealthWorks offers greater choice and flexibility. What does that mean? For starters, it means offering a range of plan options so you can find the right fit for you and your employees. Options like traditional, all copay, HSA eligible, and dental and vision coverage are all available through Carolina HealthWorks. Regardless of which plan option you choose, Carolina HealthWorks plans feature pharmacy coverage, $0 cost for preventive health care visits, and $0 cost for telehealth or $0 after deductible for HSA eligible plans. So great benefits with the Carolina HealthWorks plan. A variety of health plan options is just one of the advantages of Carolina HealthWorks that are similarly enjoyed by larger employers. Claims and plan administration are funded through a fixed monthly fee, providing predictability, while risk-based pricing provides potential savings compared to more expensive community-rated options. The plan provides financial protection through stop-loss coverage, meaning if an unexpected or costly claim were to occur, you would still pay the same stable fixed rate. Because there are no surprise expenses, you have greater control over cash flow and budgeting, which can lead to significant savings. Shared risk among member businesses translates to lower rates. And to top it off, your Carolina HealthWorks plan is easy to manage. Blue Cross of North Carolina handles nearly all the administration, allowing you to focus on your business instead of your health plan. Carolina HealthWorks medical plans are good for employees too, delivering the care they need. We mentioned earlier the advantages of why we choose Blue. Those same advantages will apply to all of the Carolina HealthWorks plans. Coverage is affordable and extensive, covering members throughout the state, country, and world. And the results speak for themselves. For some employers, Carolina HealthWorks is currently delivering up to 40% savings compared to ACA rates. While some employers are seeing pricing that will still favor the ACA portfolio, we have already enrolled nearly 800 groups and 6,000 members. It's definitely hitting the mark for risk groups, for better risk groups that want to save money while keeping solid benefits. If you're interested in Carolina HealthWorks, here are some key takeaways to keep in mind. Any Blue Cross of North Carolina appointed group agent can provide a quote. You don't need to currently be a member of the North Carolina Chamber to get a quote. If you're curious at all, you can obtain a quote and then join the chamber later. You don't have to wait for your renewal to get a quote. You can get one currently and we'll work with you on that. And like I said before, it may not be the best fit for every group, but as you've seen today, Carolina HealthWorks is just one of our many offerings. So we're very confident that we can find the right solution that works best for you and your business. Now, we have talked a lot today about how Blue Cross North Carolina works to support local businesses across the state, whether it's through the plans we offer, our access to care, or value-added healthcare programs. We don't want you to just take our word for it. Our very own Maxi B Bakery, based out of Greensboro, North Carolina, has a few words that they would like to share.
Cheryl, can we pause the video? The audio is not coming through. I think we need to just double check it and restart.
Oh, the audio. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me
You're
know.
welcome.
Let's see if we can try this again. Give me just a moment. Let's see if we can figure this out. Thank you for your patience. All right, give me just a moment. I'm sorry about this, y'all. Thought we had this planned. Well, unfortunately, I can't quite figure out how to make it work. It had worked during our practice, and unfortunately it isn't today, but we can include this YouTube video in our follow-up email so that everybody can have a chance to hear from Maxi B. I apologize for that. And I'm gonna quit sharing for just a moment and get back to the presentation. All right, y'all, I'm sorry for that. I'm not sure why it was. Oh, let's see if I can actually make this work. Hold on. I think I just saw what I needed to do. Oop, give me just a second. Now that I have figured it out, it's not wanting to work for me. Okay. All right, let's try this one more time. I appreciate y'all's patience.
That works.
The bakery was never planned. I was expecting my son, began baking cakes at home. My husband grew tired of having too much sweet stuff around that tempted him. And so I brought it to the bakery and just told the girls to sell it by the slice. And we have Maxi B's because of it. Over the last 40 years, what I've come to realize is it's not me. I don't do this by myself. I have an absolutely amazing team. I think my challenge is finding out how to make their lives work and be better for working here. Maxi B's isn't just a bakery, it's a home for our team and a home for our community.
Robin is one of the most intentional business people that I've ever met. She cares about her employees. And Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina is here to make healthcare easy so they can focus on what they love.
To make the perfect cake, you have to have the right ingredients. And we need the same thing for our team here as well. And Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina is part of that recipe for us.
All right. We definitely appreciate Maxi B for sharing their testimony, and we love hearing about them. If you were in or near the Greensboro area anytime soon, definitely check them out. All right, so we're going to jump into a couple of questions that we had. Remember, the Q&A is open if you have any questions from the webinar so far or would like us to follow up on some things. We are going to kick one off from the registration that we got. The question was, when will small businesses with only one employee be included? Renee, I'm wondering if you could speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, sure. So we do offer coverage down to one employee now. It just depends on which selection you're looking at. So we can offer our ACA plans down to a group of one employee. However, you cannot file as a sole proprietor. So that is an option. Some of our other products do require two employees. So for example, Carolina HealthWorks requires two, but you can get an ACA plan with just one.
All right, wonderful. Thank you for that. Another question that we had was, oh, excuse me, let me see if I can find it. It just moved for me. There's too many coming in at once. Can I offer more than one medical plan to my employees? Renee, could you speak to that as well?
Yeah, sure. So I mentioned a little bit earlier the option of up to four. So that's not limited to specific sizes or specific funding types. With anything in small group, you can offer up to four medical plans. We also sometimes get the question of, what if nobody enrolls in one of the plans? We'll still keep that open for you because sometimes you might have new employees that join your business that might be interested in one of those other options. Also, if you're offering both our Blue HPN network, you do want to offer a Blue options alongside of that in case some of your employees don't fall in that eligibility area. So again, you can still offer up to four plans for medical with any of the offerings in small group.
Thank you for that. One of the questions that came through during the chat during the presentation, Jason, I'm wondering if you could speak to this. If my organization has a plan with Blue Cross Blue Shield, will the price increase by 17.5%? I think speaking to that price stability slide that we had earlier.
Not necessarily. There are many factors that go into the rating of a group, so it's not just going to automatically go up 17.5% because that's what was filed. A lot of other factors that we can, based on demographics, just many different things would. So it's hard for me to say that it won't, but it's not an automatic 17.5% increase.
Okay, that's good to know. All right. Another question that we had is, are North Carolina headquartered business employees covered even while temporarily working remotely in places such as Alabama or Georgia? I will open that up to either Renee or Jason, whoever wants to take that one.
Yeah, I don't mind taking that one, Cheryl. So yes, even if you have employees that live in other states, we have Blue Card, which taps into our other Blues plans and utilizes their networks as well. So that's one of the great benefits of coming with Blue Cross of North Carolina. You get that hometown feel, but with national access. So absolutely, if you've got employees that are either living or traveling, working in other states, they're still covered.
Okay, good to know. One thing that I do want to point out, we are getting a lot of questions. This happened during registration as well, but currently also. A lot of questions during the registration specific to individual employers. So like, what is the best option for my staff? Determining the best plans for my needs based on medical or prescription history, things of that nature. Those are very specific questions that unfortunately we really can't answer in a general sort of webinar setting like this. We would really encourage you to reach out to your Blue Cross North Carolina representative, such as an agent if you're currently working with one, for more information. We would also be happy to provide you that contact information in the follow-up email. And in the post-webinar survey that I mentioned earlier, you can leave your contact information and we will have a member of our team reach out to you directly for some more follow-up. So we would love to discuss it with you. We just really can't answer that in a broad webinar setting, sort of like this. So just want to address that right off the bat. Another question that came in is, when can I enroll or start my coverage? Is there a certain time of year that I have to enroll during?
I can answer that. So there is not. If you're coming on to Blue Cross, we can give you a quote for any effective date. And if you are a current, we'll talk about Carolina HealthWorks a little bit. If you are currently with us on a different plan, you can get a Carolina HealthWorks quote for any effective date. Well, it will be a 1/1 effective date, but you can start anytime throughout the year.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Yeah,
Another question
Jason,
came.
oh, sorry,
Please.
Cheryl. One thing to tack on, and this is very specific to balance funding. If you are on a specific effective date now, but you're interested in starting to look at jumping sooner because you're unhappy with your current carrier, for balanced funding, we can actually quote in deductible and out-of-pocket credit if you're interested. It does bump the price up just a little bit, but it's well worth it if you're unhappy with your current carrier. We can build that into your plan so that you do get credit for any deductible and out-of-pocket that you've met already. But again, that's specific to balanced funding in the small group segment.
Good to know. Thanks for offering that clarification. One question that did come in is, when we showed earlier the Blue HPN map, this asker noticed that their county was not listed, and they are curious, does that mean that Carolina HealthWorks is not available to that business because it wasn't listed on that Blue HPN map? Jason, do you want to touch on that one since you had Carolina
Absolutely.
HealthWorks?
Yeah, so they are not interchangeable. So our HPN network is not what the Carolina HealthWorks network is on. So the Carolina HealthWorks has our Blue Options network, which is most of the providers that are participating with Blue Cross are part of our Blue Options. HPN is more of a curated, limited network. So, but Carolina HealthWorks does not have that same network.
All right, good to know. One question that came through, and I'll be happy to take this one, was during the healthcare programs and offerings slide that you reviewed, Renee, was about the plan management campaign that was sort of mentioned there at the end. That is our group onboarding and plan management campaign. The question was, is that something that Blue Cross sends directly, or is it something for employers to be able to send? So that is sent directly from Blue Cross North Carolina to your members. And so we do that as a way of sort of easing some of the administrative lift that you have. So those are set on a bi-monthly basis. They're sort of dynamic, sort of based on what that member has already engaged with versus not. And it's really a way of teaching them all about the benefits of their plan, what they have accessible to them, what it is that they can, features that they may not have noticed yet, anything along those lines. That's very helpful to use. All right, I am scrolling through at the moment. It doesn't look like we have a ton of others. Some are, again, a little more of the specific ones that I mentioned earlier that we would love to follow up with you a little bit more directly. So I think that is going to be it for the moment. So I do want to thank you, Jason and Renee, for taking the time to join us today, and thank everybody else for taking their time as well. Friendly reminder that you can enter for a chance to win an Amazon gift card by completing that post-webinar survey. I have linked that survey in the QR code here on your screen, and will include a direct link in the follow-up email as well. We are still finalizing details for our next webinar spotlighting Blue Cross North Carolina's digital solutions, but we will include that registration link in the follow-up email as well. So you can go ahead and get started or load that onto your calendar. Renee and Jason, it was a pleasure having you here with us today. I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, and we look forward to seeing you again. Thanks all.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.